This isn't really my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. I don't really get too involved in this scene, but I was interested in having a discussion about this. I'm interested in what you guys have to say about this more than what I have to say about this, frankly. So this post on Wowhead, first of all, this is a bit confusing because this was made like a week ago now, March 28th. I don't know. I still don't know how to say the guy's name, but you guys know who this is. He made a spreadsheet, which is like, okay, great. I mean, it's on Wowhead. He made like a basically like a statement about how little money they're making from the MDI. Yeah. But so anyway, he also says he admits that this doesn't actually include like the global event, which is not going to happen for a while, I guess. I literally don't actually know how any of this works. I thought that there's like a separate prize pool every week, right? Or every event. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So you tell me. But the thing here is that like there's a bunch of assumptions being made that I'm not really a fan of, frankly. I don't know. Oh, DMX on life support. What? Sad to hear that. Anyway, the assumptions are why I want to make this video because I'm not fully on board with this. I don't understand what he's after here. I mean, especially them, like they're winning every time, right? It's like literally every freaking weekend they win, pretty much. So, but what's going on here is he's equating like how many hours they had to train or like prepare for this, and then he's using that based on how much money they won, and it's like broken down. First place is apparently $8,000 per team. Point award per team. I don't actually know what that refers to. Points? I haven't really read too much into this, but I don't fully understand that. I guess it has something directly correlating to the money rewarded. So, but yeah, so basically, if you come in 8th place, you only get $500, which is not very much money. I think that's the more alarming part. Like, what the hell? 8,000 compared to 500? That's only a few games different, right? Like, you've lost 2 games instead of won a few games, right? So, the thing that I think should be recognized is that all the people who didn't qualify for this got nothing, right? That's like a way bigger deal. So if you look at like a golf tournament or something like that, as long as you make the cut, you get a lot of money, but the winner gets like way more than the dude who's in 30th place or something like that, right? So like I don't like that's not really that's normal. You're supposed to want to win, right? Like that's part of why they do it. So the winner is heavily incentivized to win. And I mean, that's how athletes in sports like that make money, right? Like, I mean, what do you want a contract? What do you want Blizzard to pay you weekly regardless? So that's why I think this whole assumption that you're basing it on hours, like 8 weeks of playing divided by 5.7. I mean, come on, that's retarded. Honestly, I don't know where this is coming from or what made him make this. And maybe I'm misunderstanding this, but like, you're streaming the whole time, dude. You're not. It's not like you're doing it for free. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're making money. You're playing the game. You're already doing this professionally. The MDI is not supposed to be a way that you live. Like, it's not supposed to be like I'm earning my full time income from playing in the MDI. That's not what that is. Now, I think personally that they should just lower it. Like, just stop this nonsense of one every other week or whatever it's been, and just make bigger events like once a month or maybe less even than that. Like, I don't know exactly how they're structuring it, but yeah, that solves that problem, doesn't it? Because this feels like an optics thing to me. It's like, oh my God, this guy, look at, so like this team here, I don't know if that's last place or what. I see. So, this is actually, I see. This is actually all of their weeks. I didn't even recognize that at first. Yeah, yeah. So you won 3 times, 1781 per hour, and he's trying to be like, that's not livable. It's like, yeah, it's a tournament. You're talking about per hour, dude. You win the tournament, right? Like, that's part of the job. You have to train to become part of the tournament, and that is something that you have to deal with on your own. Again, you don't get the golf, like, go look at golf, man. You don't get paid. If you miss cut after cut after cut after cut, you're bankrupt. The only way you get money is from your sponsors. It's from the stuff that you're getting besides your success in golf, right? So that's the same thing here. You're not expecting Blizzard to give you money to participate. You have to win. You have to do well. And I guess he's saying that like even though they win, it's still not worth it. But it's like, I mean, you're streaming all this stuff, aren't you? I don't this is very disingenuous. I feel like this is, unless I'm missing something about this. I mean, I don't really watch these dudes anymore. I used to watch some, especially when he played Blood DK a lot, but it's like, I mean, come on, dude. It's not like you're making $0 outside of the MDI. Why are you even bringing this up? So then somebody, this is properly why I'm making the video, because this part, I don't actually know who these people are. Twitch Strategic Partnership Manager. When I saw this, I was like, oh, this is not going to go well for Blizzard. Because if you're not aware, Blizzard like pulled out from Twitch and signed with YouTube. And a lot of people are like, lol, no wonder why the ratings are down, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I think they're down because they're doing a freaking event every weekend. I mean, seriously, like who? I don't know. Personally, I do not like the MDI. I used to love it. I used to watch, I'm telling you, I used to watch people in WOD and MOP challenge modes that were like doing things way more interesting than this. I used to watch these people all day, every day, back before I was doing myself series, like YouTube series. So it was very entertaining to watch them break the game. But when you watch the MDI, it's like, this isn't even realistic. You can't do this. You know what I mean? Like there's so many moving parts that you as a player don't have access to because they're on a tournament realm. So it's like, I can't ever replicate this. Why even bother watching it? But so that's neither here nor there. But I think that's why the numbers are down, because it's just not interesting. It's not realistic. It's not even relevant to the game that we're playing most times. But anyway, so he put a bunch of tweets that Wowhead's highlighting. So I'm going to read them all. This person is apparently also a very skilled WoW. What the hell? Very skilled WoW player, a multi-gladiator Evoli. I don't know who this person is. This is definitely a feels bad, and I know for a fact because I call them friends. There are folks at Blizzard who care, but I cannot see this meaningfully changing in the short to medium term. The recipe for living a decent life and playing professional WoW is, and this is maybe unfortunate or maybe not, it's playing well enough to drive viewers to the content you create, which they've, I mean, I don't know who all of these people are in all these teams, but like, I'm pretty sure all these dudes are living very, 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 very comfortably just from their streaming, right? So, yeah. Anyway, this is a win for Blizzard. It's also a win for us. You're marketing their game, and they done pay you. I don't know what done means. Does it mean don't, or they are paying you? I mean, yeah, obviously the MDI and tournaments in general, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, again, this is crazy how many times I can relate WoW to golf. It's getting kind of crazy. It's identical, right? It's not like the Valero Open. Yeah, it's a fucking name Valero. They're trying to make money too. You know what I mean? Like they're not just gonna take a loss just because the dude who came in 10th, he barely made the cut, is complaining that he didn't make enough money to live. It's like, yeah, you got to play better, dude. This is part of the tour, man. Anyway, the PvP Arena World Championship may have similarly suffered, with professional players turning to coaching, piloting, and other bannable forms of real money transactions. The unfortunate relativity here is that Blizzard isn't trying to pay annual salaries to their winners, but competing at the level requires a time commitment, which leaves little room for anything else. And that's just not true, because it's sure, obviously, you're spending time getting better at the game, but that's just playing the game. That's just what you're doing anyway, right? Like, it's not like you have to go to the weight room. Like, you know what I mean? You have to go do something completely unrelated to playing World of Warcraft to get good at World of Warcraft. This is not a perfect, like, again, LeBron James does not get paid to go to the weight room. He does that because he knows that's what he needs to do to be able to win these events. So the income that he needs comes elsewhere during that time. I don't know. It's just very strange. I don't know why. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here, but this is like very disingenuous. And I'm glad that this person is commenting on it. And he says there's a flip side, one that has become increasingly less popular to say out loud in the last few years. This is a really good point. And that Blizzard is doing you a huge solid by letting you make money using their IP. Yeah, like, I mean, for real. Like, let's put it this way. One of the reasons me and Arno stopped covering Pokemon games is because every time you upload a freaking Pokemon and Nintendo game, you get a copyright strike because they own the game and they don't want you making money off it. They're fine. You make all the videos, but we're getting the money from it. So it's like, yeah, it obviously would be pretty scummy, but a lot of games do already do this. They don't let you earn money off their game. They're the ones who earn the money. They made the game, and I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. But anyway, the most cursed version of the sentiment is below. What is this? Some bang bang click. I'm scared to even click on that. Streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as the publishers decide to enforce it. The real truth is the streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business. It's kind of the truth, right? I mean, hypocritical coming from me, but it's kind of the truth. It makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, that's how it would work. You can't rebroadcast the NFL, right? You know what I mean? They're the ones who make the money on that, no matter what. Anyway, this is one of the most derided tweets in all of games business history for a reason, but there's maybe a case for the current model where neither gamer nor developer pester each other for cash, content being equitable. Anyway, indeed, it is seen as a more symbiotic relationship in which the player or team brands gain visibility through AWC and MDI. Through that visibility doesn't always amount to much, considering the extreme disparity between the highly successful streamers who make far more than any game developer. It's a good point. I mean, let's be serious here, right? I know Asmongold isn't competing in the MDI, but that dude's making more money than any individual who works for Blizzard, 100%. I can promise you that. Anyway, the average full-time streamer who barely makes a living wage. Some of the bigger teams have found outside sponsors, and that's how it should work. Yeah, I mean that's how it works in other sports. Yeah, that's what you should be doing. But not all MDI competitors don't have that opportunity. Okay. And relying on outside sponsorship is a huge deterrent to less established groups trying to break into the venue. It's really not. It's called a brand deal. Let me know. We're launching our platform soon, me and Sai. We'll help you. Contact me, MDI folk. We'll get you involved. We'll get you hooked up. We'll get you everything you need to know. It's really not that hard. Anyway, many of the individual players also stream successfully on their own, but their audiences are generally already fans of WoW. So simply paying them more isn't likely to drive larger audiences to Blizzard games. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Anyway, his spreadsheet is illuminating and depressing because you can see just how much, and therefore why I think it's unlikely, would be required to move the needle. Yeah, that's the big point. It's like, what are you looking for here? You're winning like crazy. You're making mad money on your Twitch, and you're still saying that $5,000 or whatever is not enough. Okay, sure. I mean, you got to split it 5 ways. Here's a thought: win with 4, increase your profits. Anyway, you got to 4 times it or 5 times it for it to be meaningful for people outside the top 2. Well, that's the thing. That's never going to happen. So that doesn't even need to be discussed. You have to win. But it is a pretty big disparity. I don't know. Somebody do the math on what 500 of 8,000 is. But I guarantee you, I don't know if it's easy. I'm not going to go through it now. But somebody do it. I don't want to do it because that's probably going to waste a ton of time. But somebody go look up what the prize pool is. Hey, let's do that at least. Valero Open. It's a golf tournament that's happening right now. Okay, this is obviously sponsored by the company Valero, right? So they're obviously there to make money, but the golfers are obviously going to make money too. Prize pool. I don't know, what did they say? Prize money. The purse. That's right. So it is. The winner will earn 1.3 million out of 7 million. So yeah, that's probably not that far off. Oh, here's everything. Oh, look at this. Perfect. We don't even have to waste. So there you go. The 65th person. I didn't even 65. That's a weird number. The last person in the tournament wins $16,000, whereas the winner wins 1.4 million. So probably I'd love to see the ratio. Somebody do that. Anyway, put yourself in a program manager's shoes, suggesting to their boss a radical change to the prize pool. What sort of data do you need to justify that? Can you do 4 times if they can promise 2x viewership? At 2x the viewership, WoW still isn't a top 5 esport. Yeah, that's probably a bigger point. Actually, that's what some people say in the comments here that, yeah, here it is. Sorry if dungeon racing isn't that compelling. If you want more money, bring in more money. It's like, yeah, it's just not really that interesting, right? I mean, it's probably the bigger problem is the tournament. It's not like the tournament is like getting like 2 million views every day and they're still getting paid that little, right? It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really sure. Oh, let's see what he has to say. Time to start earning money from doing a real. So this is pretty fucking ignorant. I don't know why you would even say this because that's again that was really dumb comment to even make. But he says maybe they shouldn't have sold exclusive East. Oh, that was him who said that. Oh boy, cringe. I don't think that's the issue. In fact, most people in it gave up better pay by doing it. Part of the problem, a lot of these guys were high enough viewership streamers that choosing not to stream to do MDI because you wouldn't stream your strats actually took a hit. Oh, I see. Is that actually happening? So they're literally not even streaming. Well, start streaming. The internet, the inherent problem isn't so much being able to make a living off MDI, it's giving up what you actually do to make a living on the now increased time investment. Yeah, that's just kind of silly. I mean, what strats are we talking about? Everybody's the same thing. In fact, I don't think argument about increasing prize pool was as loud as the argument about removing the extra days they added to the event. The spreadsheet just illuminates how cost ineffective the time investment is relative to doing just about anything else. So yeah, okay, I agree. I think that's the way to look at it. Stop making an event every 2 weeks or whatever it is. So this doesn't change. Like all of these numbers stay the same, but then the prize pool would double. If you just cut out half the events, you're training the same amount, but you're getting twice the wages, right? So that's perfect. Okay. First of all, just stream the goddamn practice. Why would you not? I really. This whole WoW esports thing doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, dude, it's not like there's no strategies here. Like everybody's gonna do the exact same thing. Like I don't. And once you do it once, then next week somebody's gonna do it again. Like it's. I don't really get that. It'd be like I don't know. Let's not get into this. Anyway, so that's that. I think it's interesting. I don't know why they're making this article now of all things, but um, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the event. I think it's not representative of the game. A lot of people ask me about it, and I think there's an expectation that just because I do five mans a lot and I enjoy, playing the game that way, that I would also enjoy doing the MDI. I don't think I would. I legitimately don't think I would enjoy doing this. First of all, and it would have nothing to do with money, like nothing at all. It's just not representative of why I like five mans. Like it doesn't strike that chord for me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if there was follow up. But it's like people are there's like very few comments, like three replies to this post. It's kind of that seems kind of strange, doesn't it? This guy posted this long thing about it, and it's like not even nobody's even talking about it. So I don't know. So what do you think? I'm very interested in what you guys think about this. Like, I know a lot of people who watch the channel actually are way more interested in this. So let me know. Here's the questions I would want to hear you answer. Like, do you think first of all, do you think that Blizzard is being unfair with their prize pool? I guess you have to start there. I don't know. I really don't. Like, it doesn't. That's a fair amount of money. Actually, let's add it up. I mean, let's see. 8 + 4. I mean, that does seem like a fair amount of money for something that's going to happen every single week. That's probably why they started doing it every single week. It's $19,000 prize pool. So yeah, like you almost get half. Not, it's not quite. The problem is there's way more people in a golf tournament, right? But yeah, you get a fair amount of money just from winning. Yeah, it's per person though is the thing. Yeah, then I see that's a big difference actually. It's a lot of money, but you have to split it up 5 ways. That's the big difference. Golf, you don't split that up. You get that money. I mean, you got to pay your caddy, obviously, and maybe your coaches and stuff, but that kind of gets done regardless of if you win or not. So I don't know. So yeah, so do you think they're being unfair? That'd be kind of like step zero. Step one would be like, do you think they should change the format, or do you think they should change the money? Because obviously, I don't know if you don't think they're being unfair, then where are they getting the rest of the money from? I think the money is a result of just like I think it's money's probably going to go down if anything because it's really not doing very well. I don't feel like people are saying like they don't even advertise it. Like you don't even know it's happening. If it wasn't for like Raider.io and stuff talking about it, you wouldn't even know it's happening. Um, but yeah, do you think they should restructure the tournament? I that's personally what I would do is restructure the tournament. If people are saying it's too much investment for too little money, then just take all the prize pool. But like maybe Blizzard's like, no, 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 no. If we cut down events, we're cutting down viewership, so we're losing money. So we wouldn't be increasing the prize pool like yearly. It would just be doing less events. So I don't know. It's a lot to think about. And then I guess number three is like, do you like dig this take? Like, do you think like it's like a valid, something to be upset about. You're making, you won $1,600 per person for 3 weeks in a row, and then won second place as well. And you're complaining about. I mean, I guess the complaint is that the guys who aren't winning aren't doing very well. But it's like, right, that's kind of how tournaments work, isn't it?